Welcome again to ASP.NET Core MVC tutorial. In previous video of this tutorial, we have created a form to add a new book into our application. We were also sending the data of that form from our view file to the controller file. Ultimately, we are thinking to store that data in a database. And right now in our application, we do not have any connection to the database. In order to complete the flow of storing the book details into a database, we have to introduce database into our application. So I will pause the work of that form for some time, and first we will set up the database into our application. In order to work with the database in ASP.NET Core MVC application, we have to understand the concept of Entity Framework Core. So in this video we will learn what is Entity Framework Core. In this video we will learn what is EF Core. EF Core means Entity Framework Core. What are the core features of this Entity Framework Core? How this Entity Framework Core works, and several other things about this EF Core or Entity Framework Core. I have created a very basic diagram over here. On the left side of the page you can see we have our ASP.NET Core web application. And suppose we have to interact with a database. The database is here on the right side. The provider for this database may be anything. It might be SQL Server, it might be MySQL, it might be Cosmos DB, it might be in-memory. There are several providers for the database. So we are not targeting only one database. There might be any type of database that we have. So now we have two things. We have application and we have the database. Now to interact with the database, we need a middle service. That middle service should be compatible to work with the database as well as to work with the .NET Core application. And the name of that middle service is Entity Framework Core. Now you can think about the importance of this Entity Framework Core. Entity Framework Core works as a middle service in between your application and the database. Entity Framework Core is Microsoft's official technology to interact with relational database. Remember, I am not mentioning the name of any database. I am not saying SQL Server. I am just simply saying relational database. It means all the relational database that we have into the market. This Entity Framework can be used with all those relational database. Entity Framework Core can work with lots of database. SQL Server, MySQL, and there is a long list of all these databases. Here I would like to tell you the best thing about Entity Framework Core is that you can use it with any .NET technology. It is not specific to ASP.NET Core web application. If you are using some other application, for example, you are using mobile application, or you are using Windows application, or you are using console application, or any other application that we have in .NET, you can use Entity Framework Core with any of those applications. At this point we can say that ASP.NET Core MVC and Entity Framework Core, those are not dependent to each other. Those are separate technologies, but they work together to interact with the database. And this Entity Framework Core is common for all the .NET Core applications and for all the databases. So if you have knowledge about the Entity Framework Core, then you can integrate it with any type of application. Now let's have a look what are the main features of this Entity Framework Core. Entity Framework Core works on ORM model. What is ORM? Object Relational Mapper. We will see the details of this ORM in just a bit. Entity Framework Core is open source. If you have worked with previous technologies of Microsoft, just like ASP.NET MVC 5, then in that technology we were having Entity Framework, and the latest version of Entity Framework was 6 at that time. But now with the evaluation of .NET Core, we are having this Entity Framework Core as well. So the latest in between Entity Framework Core and Entity Framework is Entity Framework Core. If you talk about the relation in between Entity Framework Core and Entity Framework, it is just like the same, the relation that we have in between .NET Core and .NET Framework. .NET Core is the new and latest framework from Microsoft. This .NET Core framework does not has any relationship on the .NET Framework. Similarly, Entity Framework Core is the latest one as compared to the Entity Framework, and this Entity Framework Core does not have any relationship or dependency on the Entity Framework. But if you have worked on Entity Framework, then you will find Entity Framework Core very familiar to you. Entity Framework Core is open source. You can find the entire code of this Entity Framework Core on the GitHub repository. Entity Framework Core is lightweight. If I talk about the Entity Framework, then in that framework we were having an EDMX file. If you want to add, update or delete any table in that EDMX file, then your system used to get hang. But here in Entity Framework Core, there is no ADMX file. Entity Framework Core is very lightweight. Just like the .NET Core, it also works on the command line tool. Entity Framework Core is highly extensible. You will find several packages which are compatible to work with several databases. Still, if you will see that there is new database in the market, then you can use this Entity Framework Core to make it compatible with the new database. Support asynchronous. This is one of the main advantages of using Entity Framework Core. Since .NET Core support fully asynchronous, so similarly Entity Framework Core also support fully asynchronous calls. Now let's have a look what is ORM. ORM is a tool and is used to manage database data from an object-oriented perspective. By this point we are clear that this EF core is used to work with the database. And this EF core works with ORM model. What is this ORM? ORM is basically a tool and this is used to manage database data from an object-oriented perspective. What is this object-oriented perspective? All the tables that we have into our database, those will be converted into classes. And all the columns of those tables will be converted into properties. For example, I have a table with the name book in our database. And this book table has suppose 5 columns. Suppose title, author, and description and suppose 2 more columns. Now if I am working with Entity Framework Core, then this table will be converted into a class. The name of the class can be anything. Suppose the name of the class is also book, and all the columns that we have into the table, those will be converted into properties of this new class. The final conclusion is that if you have 50 tables or suppose 20 tables into your database, then you will have all the corresponding classes into your Entity Framework Core project, and all the columns that are available in those tables, those will be available as a properties over here into these classes. Now what is the benefit of working with ORM? Since we have everything as a classes into the project, the biggest advantage is that you will get intelligence while working with the queries. There will be compile time errors. If you have misspelled something, suppose you have written the name of your column in some wrong way, then you will get immediately the compile time error. There are several other benefits as well. To generate database tables or classes, we can either use code first or data first approach. Since all the tables are converted into classes, in opposite manner we can say that all the classes that we have into our Entity Framework Core, those are converted into tables. So we can use either approach. Either we can create all the tables into our database, and from that database we can generate all the classes automatically, or we can create all the classes and based on those classes we can generate our database. So if you are creating your tables into the database and then from those tables you are creating classes into your project, it means you are using database first approach, because first you are working on the database and then from that database you are creating classes. So this is called as database first approach. Second one is code first approach. It means first you will write the code into your project. All the columns will be available as a properties. Suppose you have 20 tables, then for those 20 tables you will create 20 classes, and from these classes you can generate your database automatically and very easily. So you do not have to duplicate your work. You have to work only on the one side and the second side will be generated automatically. So you can choose either way, whichever is beneficial for you. How Entity Framework Core work? Entity Framework Core work with the help of model. What is model? A model is made up of entity classes. All the classes that we generate from the tables are called as entity classes. So this Entity Framework Core work with these entity classes and a context object. So along with these entity classes, we will have one more class which is DB context class. And this Entity Framework Core works with these entities and the DB context. Entity Framework Core approach. I have already discussed that we have two approach. First one is code first and second one is DB first. You can choose either approach. In our bookstore application, I will be using SQL Server as a database, Entity Framework Core as a mediator. I will be using code first approach, and to write the queries, I will be using link queries. So that is all in this video. In the next video, we will learn how can we install this Entity Framework Core into our bookstore application. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.